one more completing the square exercise. They've given us this one in a crummy form. You can see it's not in descending order like we prefer to have them, so let's get that sorted right away. This thing contains minus 2x squared plus 10x plus 7. So just because we give you an expression in one form doesn't mean it's carved in stone. Feel free to manipulate it if you think you can make it easier to work with. Now, because there's a coefficient on our x squared term, we factor that out. Minus 2 comes out. Leave plenty of space for yourself. And you get negative 2x squared divided by negative 2 is just x squared. 10x divided by negative 2 is negative 5x. Leave some space. And the 7 is excluded from all this. So, next thing that happens, you remember, is the divide by 2 and square step. So, negative 5 divided by 2 is negative 2.5, grr, decimal. You square that, you get 6.25, grr, even bigger decimal. So, here we put 6.25. And out here, I'm not putting minus 6.25. You remember why not? It actually has to be, well, what? Here we have negative 2 times 6.25. The overall effect over here is minus 12.5. Right? Negative 2 times the number that I added in. So far I've decreased the equation by minus 12.5. To make up for that, this has to be plus 12.5. They have to be opposites. Good? Now that that's in, we factor and clean up. So we have minus 2 x squared comes from x times x, of course. And we just calculated this. We know this comes from 2.5 times 2.5 because we were the ones who did it. This would have to be minus 2.5 times minus 2.5. In other words, the square root of 6.25. How do I know it's negative? Because this middle term has to come out negative. If both of these are pluses, then this whole expression would be plus. If this middle term is negative, the way you make that happen is you make both of these guys negative. And then on the outside, we have 7 plus 12.5, which makes 19.5. And the last thing we can do to pretty this up is, since these are identical, we can just write x minus 2.5 all squared. And there's our plus 19.5. And now we are done. That's how you turn a quadratic, even a fairly mean one, into standard form. What direction does it open? Do you see it? This number, the negative 2, tells you which way it opens. The fact that this is negative means it opens down. It's not shaped like a U, it's shaped like a cave mouth or like a hill. What are the coordinates of the vertex? P and Q tell you the vertex. It is at 2.5, because remember that horizontal sign gets switched, and 19.5. So that vertex would be the point right there at the top of the hill.